Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show on iHeart Radio. Coming up, Conrad will have This Week in Auto History, get you updated on the stories making car news this week. Brad Thompson is with God's Garage, and we'll tell you about what's going on up there, including an update on the break-in that happened not too long ago. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday morning. And we're going to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. Normally we start with our guest, but because we ran a little bit behind, couldn't help myself.
Just making up for last
we're going to
week.
do the review of the 2022 Lexus LC500 Convertible. Now, it has two models. It's got a hardtop version and the hybrid model along with the convertible. I had the convertible. This is called a sports car. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It has 4 seats. Kinda. It's got back seats, but I don't know.
It's a place to throw your bag.
Could you
There's
even
no room for the legs?
Could you even get a baby seat back there? I don't even know. But it's very tiny back there, and I think they just do it just because they've got about that much room to put something, and they put a seat back there. Well, whatever the case may be. Backseat passengers are not allowed with legs. Exterior changes from last year. It was all new in 21. Hardtop was new in 18. Exterior features, breathtakingly beautiful body with that great big Lexus grille that works on this car. Big wheel openings with gorgeous cast aluminum wheels. Rear brake duct cooling hole just ahead of the rear wheel openings. A convertible top hides under a smooth, hard tonneau cover. What I liked about it, the eye-catching design. There's no other way to do it.
Stunningly beautiful car.
Truly
is.
Interior highlights, creative linear dash. Wow. Front seats with detailed upholstery and stitching. Not sure why back seats are part of this car. Cargo trunk room, teeny tiny. And
Well, that's why there's a back seat in it.
an overnight bag or two would be about all she'll hold. What I liked about it, high quality components, an excellent fit and finish. Yeah, this is a absolutely stunningly beautiful car. What could use improvement? Well, center console touchpad for the infotainment system, it really is a distraction to me. Maybe you'd like it, but to me, you have to take your eyes off the road too long to see where you have the cursor placed to be able to hit the cursor to move it on to whatever it is that you're trying to get to within the infotainment system. Also, it needs a place to store your phone, which it does not have, which I thought was kind of odd, but okay. Liter engine is 5, V8, 471 horsepower.
That's enough.
398 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission. It is a very smooth V8, and they have designed the exhaust system on this to be rather growly.
Oh, that's good.
It is, yeah. And the harder you press on the accelerator pedal,
Growly it gets.
the more growly it gets. Miles per gallon, 15 city is what it's rated. 25 on the highway for a combined of 18. I got 17, and I did not hot rod the car. But
You typically don't.
No,
You leave that up to Mars.
yeah, he does that. What I liked about the smooth power from the V8, it's funny because I drive a lot of cars that have 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders these days. And not to take anything away from them, they're most of the time anyway are pretty good. But there's nothing like a V8.
Oh, the torque down low, the thrust, the push ahead of
they're
a
so
light throttle.
smooth, and some of them are idling and you don't even know that they're there. That's how smooth they've got them these days. What could use improvement? Nothing. This is a cruiser and not a hot rod, and I want to underscore that. It weighs 4,540 pounds.
Where?
That's a heavy car.
It's like an 18-wheeler.
Well, and probably a good 400 or 500 of that's attributed to just the convertible top. But
Sure.
take the convertible top off of it, and you're still almost 4,000
That
pounds.
thing is amazing to watch it work. took it over
Oh,
to
the top?
Jeff's house.
Oh yeah.
And to see all of the things that are moving and it's precision done.
And each one of those movements has two sensors. I started moving and I finished moving.
Yeah.
And the computer, and they all got to hit in the right sequence.
And you have to have your finger on the button
the whole time?
the whole time.
Okay.
I think it's a safety feature.
No, I'm sure it is.
So if you get stuck outside the car while it's moving, it's not going to clamp
close
on
on
you
you.
or something. Okay. What I liked about it, the luxury ride, again, it's not a corner cutter. I want to underscore that. This is a luxury hot rod.
Grand Tourer.
Mhm. Base trim price $102,175. Base model price $101. Competitors, Porsche 911, $101,200. Good luck in trying to find that. Corvette, $60,900.
Good luck at trying to find one of that cheap
BMW 8 Series, the two-door, $85,000. But
Okay.
but you know, if you want to call them convertibles, okay, this is a convertible. And that's the review of the 2022 Lexus LC500 Convertible. All I
And
can
you
say-
looked sharp in that car.
I
Don.
did, didn't I?
That is truly a gorgeous.
The
car.
ladies' man. That's
Okay.
me. All right.
He actually let Kathy sit in it, and it looked even better.
Yeah, a lot better, actually. All right, time now for our guest this hour. His name is Brad Thompson, and he kind of heads up things over at a place called God's Garage. Brad, good morning to you. Good to have you with
Guys,
us.
how are you?
Well, we're doing well, thank you. And it's
So
good.
what you're telling me is the Lexus is not a Corvette.
It's not a Corvette. No, it's not. But it's worthy to put it in the mix. And if you're going to look at cars like two-seaters, because even though this one has four, really it has two.
You know, I've yet to see one on the track at Coda with me when I take my Corvette over there. So
Yeah. Well,
So
and-
watch for it.
yeah, watch for it as the parade car.
yeah.
But at any rate, well, Brad, thanks for joining us this morning. Before we get going, tell everybody what God's Garage is, what it does.
So God's Garage is a faith-based nonprofit up in Conroe. We take donated vehicles from just about anybody, whether they run or not. We fix them the best we can. We get them roadworthy and safe, and we give them away to single moms, widows, and wives of deployed military here in the Houston area.
Awesome.
It is,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Been pretty good at that, actually.
yeah, no doubt about it. How are you doing on donations?
We're doing okay. I mean, we ran a campaign. They don't like to use the word campaign, but you guys are blunt, and I love that. So we ran a campaign to raise money for our building. We came up a little short, so we're having to cut out things like air conditioning for the shop, at least until we can raise more funds to put things in like that in. But we did a pretty good job of bringing in, enough to get the building going. Now, if we could just quit sinking equipment out in the field, they sunk a dozer and a track hoe on the day one of construction. So since then, all they've done is demolish our old building and and pull the equipment out. So we're kind of slow to get started. But maybe by the end of the year, we can have you guys out and you can host a show there.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the break-in update. Remind everybody what happened with that.
Yeah, so we have our own pickup vehicles and we drive them around as billboards. And evidently, somebody that owns a chop shop liked our 1986 GMC 2500 pickup, broke into the shop out here, did the typical break the steering column, and they drove it through a extremely large metal gate in the back of our property. But little did they know we had GPS tracking in the vehicle. So we had a pretty good idea where it ended up. And then we found it about 3 miles away from there. So we got it back. We found a donor vehicle. We're going to take the steering column out of that one and some other parts and put it back together. But in the meantime, we're gathering bids to fix the gate and the fence and everything else. But, it's kind of funny. It's, from my faith-based standpoint, what man meant for evil, God meant for good. So we now have a pretty good idea where that chop shop's at.
Well, that's good. And I'm sure that you'll be working with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department up there and say, hey, we got a tip for you.
Done.
Yeah.
Just be sure you volunteer to clean out all the old parts after they get through.
Man, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's now introduce your friend there that you've got with you and tell me about him.
Yeah, I got, there's not much to tell you guys. And then I found out what's going on here this morning. And we have the ability here to work with groups from the community, and a group called Future Operations Base. FutureOperationsBase.org is their website, led by a guy named Rodney Lopez. He's standing over there with his phone filming us.
Yeah.
They've got a group of veterans coming up this morning, and they're going to learn car maintenance and car basics. This is LaShondra Jones, and I promised I wouldn't mess her name up, but I did anyway. Yeah.
You did good.
And she is a Marine veteran. And what are you guys here to learn this morning?
So first of all, thank you for having me on here. And hello, everybody.
Hey.
How are you all there?
Good.
So we are here today. We are a group of women veterans here just to basically learn the basic car maintenance, including changing the oil, and changing the tire. So often we have to call the roadside assistants or call our husbands or our boyfriends to come out. So we as military women, we like to try to do stuff ourselves sometimes. So we took Rodney up on the offer, and we decided we'll come out and we'll learn how to do those basic car maintenance things.
Well, good, because that just makes you that much more capable of taking care of your vehicle as opposed to spending extra money going to somebody else to do something.
And not only that, but now they've got a way to say, hey, wait just a minute, that's not the way that's supposed to be done. Or you
Right.
can't charge me more for that than you need to charge me. That's knowledge is power.
Makes you
Or
smarter.
to another veteran, hey, let me show you how to do that.
Yes.
Right. And I tell you what, don't mess with veteran women. Mm-mm. How big of a group you think you guys are going to have this morning?
So today is going to be approximately 12 to 14, and a
Oh,
couple of the
very
women
good.
are actually bringing their daughters.
Oh,
So
cool.
their daughters are actually able to go out, when there's an issue with the car, they need to change the tire. They don't have to call mom, who may be at work or 50 miles away,
Yeah.
or heaven forbid if she's deployed.
Yeah.
They'll know how to actually change their tire or change the oil, or if they're, with someplace with a car mechanic and they're saying, wait, whoa, that's not what you're supposed to be charging me.
Right.
And so those are the things that we're learning today, and we are just happy to be here.
Well, that's awesome. I will say that I think that most of us have taught our children, because we're all car guys, how to check the oil, how to change the oil, how to put air in the tires, what to look for in certain things.
How
And-
to do that walk around every now and then before you get in the car to kind of look the car over for safety items and then get in and drive away.
Yeah.
But, just that quick
So-
visual makes a huge difference.
So as you can tell, she's kind of done this before, right?
Yes. She
Not
sounds
your
very-
average, hey, I'm going to throw you on TV. So tell us briefly what you do with the city.
Absolutely. So I work for the City of Houston Mayor's Office of Veteran and Military Affairs. And what we do is we make sure that the veterans are taken care of. We're making sure that they have the resources that they need, whether they're homeless, whether whether they live in nice homes. We're here to make sure that they are taken care of. And in the recent years, we've added active duty military to our title, because there's a fair amount of those who are here serving actively right now. And we want to make sure that they are taken care of while they're away from their regular homestead. So, yeah. So that's what I do.
We have been involved in a military kind of a charitable organization, the construction industry guys that rehabbed the old Holiday Inn down there at the split between 527 and 69, right down there.
That was my first job when I moved here.
Oh, it was. Okay, well, very good. Well, so you know who we're talking about. And,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
They
I
do.
still go around there all the time, and we still make sure that those men and women are taken care of in that facility.
Yeah, they hold a yearly show, Guitars and Cars, and they auction off some autographed rocket legend and country legend guitars. It's a pretty cool show.
Yeah, and I had heard. Am I mistaken? Were they going to try to find another facility because they'd kind of outgrown this one?
Well, so because of some changes that are going to be happening to, I think, the freeway right there in that area, I think around October, November, they're going to be trying to relocate, but they're starting now. Our office has actually been in talks with them to make sure that we're getting in front of the problem, so we don't have a whole bunch of veterans in October coming in front of city council and saying, hey, I have no place to go.
You could have gone
Working
all
there.
day without telling us that there's going to be more road reconstruction down there at that place.
And there's just more road for you to drive your Corvette.
Yeah, well, it ain't going to